Hey everybody, we're about ready to start. I just gotta make sure these screens are working right. So we're gonna use cats to track score down there at the bottom. There's a victory icon there. Let's light them up here to show you what I'm talking about there. Those cats there, yeah. That's the idea.
Think this notification thing might be bugged. Well.
Hey Lineback, thanks for the sub. Bugged or not, Ivy, thanks for the sub as well. These are not the right player names. I'm just getting ready here. This is DanTheEnigma and YardSaleStalker.
A new tournament? I'm sure this will go down well.
Got a little bit of a unique thing going on here for the layout, so I'm working on that. Just give me a minute. I want to make sure it's right on this first one, so it should be easier to set up in the future. The frogs mess with it a little bit, but that's okay. I'll let them get away with it this time, damn frogs. But I'm not too worried about that. I mean, the important things are the HP numbers and the gems get captured. And the gun values and all that nonsense. Not too concerned at all. Is what it is. We don't really need the game clock, so I've been hiding that too. Looks good to me. Minute downtime on this. I gotta remember if YardSaleStalker doesn't start right away here. 20 seconds have gone by, still hasn't begun, so I have to watch for that kind of latency. Dan's game is actually a little too big. I'm gonna shrink that down. That's a thing. That's a little better. We want to be able to see the numbers on the gun, really, is the big one. That's about right. That looks better. So I just gotta give YardSaleStalker 40 seconds worth of time here as I watch to see which one of these players gets further and better. Ace. Caverns 2. So this is Downwell, if you haven't seen it. I decided to do a tournament of this game because I felt like it deserved it, and it wasn't very expensive at the time. It was like $1. We're doing best of 3. The cats are the indicator down there of having a point. 2 cats and you have done it. There are combos to be had in this game, but they're not necessary to win. Combos give you things like HP boost and stuff. Currently, despite starting 40 seconds slower, YardSaleStalker is ahead. Stuck with triple though, which is not the gun of choice, in my opinion. The windows are circles because I felt like it was neat. That's why. That's the only reason. The players can use any style they want. I would recommend the default or the arm spin, personally. That's not really too wild. The other styles will not really help you win faster, I don't think. They might help you if you play weird, but they don't really give you any kind of huge edge, I don't think. Like Levitate might, I guess, if you're used to it. I play worse with it, personally. It also makes you run slower. Up to the players. They can use any guns or strategy they want, any combo of mutations. They have 30 minutes to get this done. If no one wins in that time, then I'm going to go with whoever made it further. If there's a tie for distance, then whoever got there first wins. In this case, YardSaleStalker is pushing forward a little bit ahead still. Arm spin gives you a ton of weapons, and the thing about weapons in this game is that every time you pick one up, you get, like he just picked up laser there, or YardSaleStalker did, a good weapon, but also that laser had a heart for a background icon instead of the other options of diamond looking thing. The heart gives you 1 HP heal, and the diamond gives you 1 energy. Laser's bad at the start because you don't have the energy to shoot it too many times. I think you just get 2. He's already got it to 4 because he's gotten energy upgrades since then, so it's actually a way better gun now. Pretty close to being the best. Once you can fire it like 5 times, I feel like there's no competition on the laser. Thing about hearts, though, is if you stack 4 of them while max HP, you get another max HP, which is what that quadrant under his 2x4 up there is, and that's why Dan probably has 6, probably got it from that. You can get it from other things like buying stuff in the store, but mostly you get HP from overcharging combos and picking up weaponry, not taking damage. Noppy's a really good gun all game long. You can aim it. It's a machine gun. There's a bunch of guns. Puncher. Boulder. 6 HP for losing upgrades. I don't think I'd ever do that. Maybe he thinks that'll help. I mean, if he's tanking his way through, it might. There are other ways to heal. YardSaleStalker just got the HP eating corpse thing. That adds up. A couple corpses, you get HP back. Triple is such a disgusting gun. Well, YardSaleStalker is pretty far ahead, actually, in the next zone here. The Aqua Zone. So this one, I'm just going to go over the basics of Downwell in these first races. This zone, you have to breathe in. So if you let that oxygen counter go to 0, you start taking damage. You can find air all over the place, but it does drain. I want to say you have like 20 seconds worth of air before you have run out completely. There's air everywhere, but if you piss around too much, you might not find some. And if you're trying to get a combo going while you're doing it, it's pretty easy to run out of air. There's laser again. I think this is a really good place to get combos, but it is a little dangerous. You do get all your air back at the end of each section, too. Gem-powered. Dan has it. It's one of the few mutations I'd really be concerned about getting, because that one actually will make a huge difference. This game is not Isaac. People are asking about whether they could reset and stuff. Well, of course you can. Even if this was Isaac, I'd let you do that. But it's not Isaac in the sense that the mutations are good, but I don't think they'll make or break your run unless you need some practice, honestly, because you can beat this game with nothing. On normal, without too much of anything, you could still win, because there's nothing really unfair going on. It's all controllable. It's random, and it's pretty fast-paced, but it is doable. So any mutation that you get is just a luxury, and there's there's a lot of power to be had, but it's not anything mandatory. The best thing you're gonna get, I think, is gem powered and gem attractor. Those two together let you suck in gems and power up your gun without landing, and that's nice for the boss, which is kind of a mid-air fight. We'll see it soon, probably, the way these two are going. Dan has rocket boots. That's nice for staying afloat when he's out of ammo. That's another good one. He also got the bubble to protect him from damage too much in a row. He needs to get some HP back. Hopefully he'll get some at this shop over here or something. Doesn't really have any gems though. Yeah, he's in trouble. I question losing the mutation choice ability because there are some pretty lame ones. You can get some decent power. Like, worst case scenario, I think you're going to end up with 10 out of, I want to say, like, 16 mutations or something like that. A lot of them are pretty good. You're going to end up with a lot of them. I would hate to have my choice restricted on that. One of them is a full heal. I guess in Dan's case it's not a full heal, but normally it is 4 HP, and if you're full when you get it, then you just get a bonus max. Like, that's good. Like, whatever. Like, that's one of the most generic ones, and it's still pretty good, so I would hate to not have choices. Which is why I definitely would recommend arm spin or normal style. Dan's still alive, and YardSale's in the last zone already. Debating whether he wants machine gun. I wouldn't have taken it over laser. I'd be set. But this last zone is very low on the floor. It just doesn't exist, so your combo meter goes up now. This is the place to get combos for sure. Every enemy is red, which means you can't touch them. You can't jump off of them. Normally, you can jump off enemies and get your ammo back without landing and breaking your combo. But if they're red, you can't touch them, so every enemy here pretty much is red, and that means you're comboing based on jumping off the debris instead. The comboing, like I said, is important because you want to get that max HP and max energy up. Makes your run way easier. It will slow you down, of course, so I don't know how good it is in a race, but a little mix would be good, I think, and in this area, I think you might as well go for it. At 25, your combo is complete. Dan has died. Oh man, he's gonna restart. Meanwhile, YardSaleStalker is way out there in 4-2. At 25, if you drop your combo on the land, you'll get 1 HP back and some energy. I'm pretty sure that you get energy at 10, but if you make it to 25, you get, it's either 10 or 15 to get the energy, but if you make it to 25, you get both energy and health. So that's really how you get powerful and guarantee a victory if you do it too long. The harder you play on the way down, the easier the boss will be. Unless YardSale messes up, he's got this first point for sure. Doing really well. Dan made it pretty far. This game isn't what I would call easy. It is learnable. You can eventually get the hang of it. It takes a while. When I first came back to it, I was getting my ass kicked, though. It takes some time to pick up and figure out. Even if you know what to do. It's a very fast-paced game. We don't want to listen to that song. Next up. Do you guys like the layout? I had trouble making these circles look nice. I'm still not sure about them. But otherwise, I think it's fine. I wanted to make a well, but it turns out that that is not too easy, actually. Maybe I'll just get a freaking image of a well and put it up. I can't help it if there's no frogs. I could put frogs on the outside, I guess. Or snails. There's laser. And look how many shots he has for laser. Case in point on laser being my favorite weapon. It pierces the whole screen, does a truckload of damage. It goes through enemies as well. And it is instant and super good. The problem with it is the ammo, but the ammo is solved. How many shots does he even have? 8? It's amazing. And if you have gem powered or whatever with that, which it looks like he might, hard to tell. I don't have the mutations on screen. He does. So he can grab gems and refill that midair too. Just never land while firing that death cannon there. Extremely powerful. I don't think there's a better situation for this weapon-wise. I wouldn't switch out the laser for anything at this point. When I feel like I can sustain it this long, none of the other weapons are going to compare. That's what I think. But that's just my opinion on the weapons. People like different weapons in this game. So here's the final boss. There's a store beforehand. You might as well grab what you can. There's no more use for money. We're not going for score in this game, so money doesn't have value. You might as well spend it, so... Dan's died again. Meanwhile, this boss... So this boss has 4 phases. They're really just the background changing, though. Mostly in the enemies. It's not really a phase. It's more of the same from the boss. The boss creates some enemies, chases you a little bit with projectiles, it waits to take damage, and once you've done damage, it does it again, and then eventually it retreats, and when it retreats it changes terrain, changes enemy types, goes back to it. So now we're in Zone 2, it's got spikes, the skulls are going to come out. The main thing here is to watch out for that shot that comes every time you hit the boss. Every time he retreats a little bit, he comes out with that shot. So you got to dodge that. YardSale needs to take less damage here. He's starting to get hit. 2 health left. Gonna make it? There are sometimes weapon upgrades on the way down, and if they're heart-shaped, they will heal you. So you can get a little HP in this fight. Maybe. If you're lucky. Just ghosts and dodging to do here. There's Punchy. I wouldn't recommend it as over the shotgun, really, but it's okay, and it heals, so I guess if you're desperate for HP, you can grab that. Now, there is a need for oxygen during this 3rd phase of the boss. You have to do that, so... They see train 6 for the sub.
Whoa, 7.
Did I not tweet this? I gotta tweet this out. Oop. Game over! Didn't make it! Oh no. 14 minutes left for Dan to finish the game, otherwise YardSaleStalker gets it by default. In my opinion, the boss counts as 1 floor, so either you beat the whole thing or... Dan has to win, basically. And he's got a lot of time to do it. 15 minutes is plenty of time. Let me tweet this out. I think you can change the weapons with the power-up that lets you swap weapons, and then you can get energy during the boss if you want, but that would be a really stupid thing to do. I'm not sure, though. We need to see some solid playing from Dan here if he wants to win. He's got a long way to go. No faith in Dan. Dan's currently 5 HP in Zone 2. That's not too bad. I don't feel like the game gets really harder. Like, it starts off pretty damn hard. And Zone 2, I think, is harder than Zone 1. I think Zone 3 actually calms down a little bit. And Zone 4 is honestly where you get HP back if you combo. And if you don't, then you still won't have too much trouble, I don't think, in Zone 4. So, if you can make it through Zone 2, I feel like you're in good shape. Dan is getting destroyed by these ghosts, though. I don't know why he doesn't just run from them. Neither player on hard, I can tell by the lack of red enemies, I want to say. Is he on hard? Did he switch to that? Actually, you might be right. Yeah, look at all those fuckers. He wasn't on hard before, was he? Because it didn't look like it. So hard mode just adds red enemies all over the place as the main change. There are others probably, but I know that red enemies are one of them. All of a sudden, you can't just land on shit. Combo. He's having a hard time out the gate, too. I feel like the hardest thing about this game for new players is they want to go for those combos because they know it gives you HP. Once they learn that, and they try and do it in round 1, area 1, and they die in area 1, and they give up on the game because they can't beat area 1. But really, not taking damage is way more important than getting a heal. Just don't take damage. Step 1. Step 2, maybe try and combo if you think you can, safely. I'll go over the tournament rules again. There's a lot of confusion. I try to be very clear with what I write, but there's always some. The gist of this is, as is usual for my tournaments, I'm giving them 30 minutes as a limit, a hard limit. If neither one of them wins in that time, then I'll have to decide who won. And every time I decide who won in anything, I always go with the rule of who made it further, and if there's a tie, who made it there first. In the case of YardSaleStalker getting to phase 3 of the boss, I'm going to say that Dan has to beat the whole game, or else he's lost, and he's got 10 minutes to do it. Because that's where YardSaleStalker was. He had 1 phase left on the boss. I don't care if Dan gets to phase 4 of the boss. He needs to kill the boss. I count the entire boss as one section. That's YardSale's advantage for getting there so much faster. He succeeded in that, and he set the bar that has to be destroyed. And in that case, getting that far is the entire game. Dan needs to beat the entire game. He's got 2 HP left in Zone 2, so I'm not having too much hope right now. It's getting a little rough for him. Hopefully he'll get the apple or something on the way and get a full heal. There's youth. Get an extra upgrade there. Yeah, that's what I thought. Is hard mode changed a lot of little things. Generally speaking, though, we're not making them play on hard anyway. I was thinking that hard mode would show up in the later stages of this tournament, but for now, all anyone needs to worry about is normal mode. You probably won't see hard mode in this tournament until the quarterfinals, but you probably will see it then. Yeah, stream is buffering a little for me. Really? 8 minutes? I figured it would be faster than that. There are runs of this game where people never touch the ground. Pretty interesting. 7 minutes. I didn't actually look up what a time would be. I know I can beat this game in 15 minutes consistently without even trying to go fast. I just play safe and get there, and that was my time. So I figure 30 minutes is enough time for 2 solid attempts at least. No matter what. Dan is in the water section with low frame rate, but he's there. I'll have to ask him to turn his stream down after this round, and we'll get our rematch is coming soon either way. Because this is best of 3, he ain't out yet. Laser. Still at 2 HP on Dan's side. Running low on air. YardSaleStalker's having way harder time on difficult upgrade there. Dan took a hit somewhere along the line. Dan's out. There's no way he's catching up then. I'm gonna give them a point. 1 cat awarded. Alright, nice work. I mercy kill, if only because I have a lot of other tournaments going on. I actually have 2 more games today. One of this and a mystery triathlon, so I'm waiting for these players to be ready for the next round. For them to say so. Dan's probably gonna restart his stream real quick. Eight and a half minutes real time to beat this apparently in speedrun. I wonder if that can be beaten. I feel like that's not the highest possible speed. World record? Okay, I might. I'll think about it. I'm waiting to hear from Dan that he's good. I always end up speedrunning games with random elements. That's my thing. That's what I like to do. Seems like the players are ready. Thanks for the sub. I gotta wait for that ad to finish on Dan's screen. Should be coming back. I'm not worried about tracking score or anything. YardSaleStalker made it further. Did not finish though. Started 40 seconds later, but still made it way further. What is this freaking ad, Twitch? Jeez. So long. I'll wait. Is this the entire show of whatever that is? Okay, looks good. Go. I'm gonna move my clock up on this a little bit too when I see them start. Oh nice, they started at the same time this time. I really like where the clock is, so that feels better. I thought about upgrades being shown, and I didn't feel like it was worth the screen space. It's just, they're not that big of a deal. Like, you could win almost as easily without any of them, I feel like. It's just, I know people are going to use them, and they're going to make a difference for some people, but there's going to be people in here who don't need them at all. And they're going to have them anyway. You can have that jetpack if you want it. As far as me watching you play, my commentary would be pretty similar. It's a very high-speed action game, so. Jetpack is interesting, but I don't personally use it much. I'd rather have gym powered. Ooh. YardSale's taking some early hits. Dan has obviously taken some as well. Technically more, because he has more HP to start. It's an interesting style choice, but I really don't feel like it helps much. I just don't think Boulder's a good idea. If that's what Boulder is, just taking HP. He obviously has less upgrade choices. I see it when he gets there. Dan at 2 HP before he even gets out of section 1. Not a good start. Entering the catacombs. Meanwhile, YardSaleStalker just got full HP. Going on through zone 2. Still in the lead. There's Puncher. I wonder how much. I should check how much money that pile of gems is. Shopping is a neat way to get health back, but it's just, I don't know if it's worth the time. Dan is playing a little too fast and loose, but he's still losing to YardSaleStalker. Even so, he's taking too many hits. Just taking too many hits. The price of things in the shop, buying stuff or not, it goes up with each floor. So you can't just get stuff for free if you wait. You might as well spend your money. But it is a lot of money to collect just for the stuff in the store, which is, I'm pretty sure, exclusively just HP upgrades and energy upgrades. There's a max HP upgrade in there sometimes, and it's usually very expensive. I'm making something really stupid. Just bear with me a second here. As I see Dan attempt to play catch up. Shops are hopefully all that you need to stay in the game, because you don't want to spend too much time trying to heal elsewhere. Generally not a great idea. Aquafire 3. So right there, 810 gems for the best prize in there. If that's what you wanted. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of cash. Now, once again, YardSaleStalker has the eat enemies thing, and I just saw the notice, the om nom nom message. That means that they actually got an HP bonus from it. Got a heal. So that pays off more than the store will over the course of the game. It's just really hard to benefit from gems too much. It's just like a side business. I don't think it's worth going after in a speedrun. But if you're having trouble winning, it might be, I guess. I don't know how much it pays off. I'm sure you get... I would estimate that you probably get like 5 to 6 HP back from gems every time. If that's all you use it for is healing. Hey, right, thanks for the
my
sub.
7-month thing. Ooh, Downwell looks fun.
Downwell is tough, but it is a great game. I've never played it on the phone. I know it's on some kind of... It's probably in the App Store. It's for everything. Dan has been taken out again, and YardSaleStalker has not. Still crushing through here in Sector 4. 3 HP. There's no corpses to eat in Sector 4, I don't think, because these enemies just do not drop them. These red enemies. So if you're looking for a heal, what you gotta do is pick up hearts like that, or do the combo. Now, YardSaleStalker's at 25 plus, but it doesn't have a place to land. The one place you can is you can land on the ledge there, you can walk off to get it. That works too. In that case, the ledge is large enough to step off of, but even if it's not, if you walk off the ledge, it'll break your combo, so that's a way to do it. Well, he's back at 4 health and has 3 in stock, so almost 5. Thank you, I like my sub notifications. I've got quite a few of them. We're working on more. Whoa. Nice dodge on yard sale screen there. Man, the effort that goes into making a good pinball machine design, or I guess I should say went into it, because I don't know that they make them anymore. There's a lot to those machines. There's a lot of fancy stuff going on, a lot of tech. They really knew what they were doing. Man, YardSale takes a hit right after getting all that HP. Well, at least they got the max HP up. Does Stern make good pinball machines? I don't know. There's that apple. So, the apple is 4 HP. And since YardSale wasn't missing any HP, got an HP up from that, so now it's at 6. And bought something at the store, 6.75. Dan's at 6 as well, but without the being at the end of the game part. He's not quite there, actually. He's got quite a ways to go. I love apples. I feel pretty safe going into the boss with 5 or 6 HP. So I feel like I'm okay doing it, and I can make some mistakes if I have 5 or 6 HP and I'm topped off. If I get in there with 4 somehow, and that hasn't happened in a long time because I usually go for combos, I'd feel a little scared. I'd have to be really careful because I usually get hit a couple times. I'd look for a really good weapon and do my best. Man, so close to that 25, but not quite. YardSal correctly avoids breaking the combo there, because 2 HP to go, he's going to get it here. Out of these, I'd actually take timeout or the reverse engineering, but those are both good choices. So now he's going to land right there. Max combo that he can get is 26, because there's no more enemies to kill, but definitely worth sitting out on. And buys 2 HP upgrade instead of the other one to get 7 HP total. And it's boss time. Maybe we'll see a win this time. Actually see the cat. If he fails again, then it's the same situation as before. Dan has to beat this boss. Dan has not been doing too hot. Okay, so the time void thing that he grabbed. If he takes a hit, a circle appears. And, we'll see it again here. When he's in that circle, things happen in a defensive, beneficial way. I haven't seen him show it off yet. I'm waiting for it. Maybe we'll see it. There's another one that does involved time. So there's more than one of those get hit and have a reaction kind of effects. I don't care for that kind of power usually, but they're okay in this game.
Down I go the subscription well again.
Yo, thanks for the sub. Adrian, what's up? Well, I hate to explain what it does if we're going to see it. But if he's inside that circle, time gets frozen, basically. It's time to think about your next move. I was waiting for it to happen, but he ain't using it that much. He's getting hit, but he's not sitting inside the circle. It helps you out a little bit. I'd rather have the involved time myself. I would agree that YardSaleStalker is playing too aggressively. I think if you're taking that many hits, then you're playing way too aggressively. I don't think he's going to survive. It's that laser. Just grab that laser, man. It's a heal and a laser. It's gold. Yeah, oh yeah. I love that gun. He's being chased by some seriously aggressive red guys. Okay, he's in zone 4. Maybe we'll make it now. That laser pickup was really helpful. Just has to break through these phases. Oh no. Oh jeez. Destroyed. YardSaleStalker couldn't pull it off. Well, here goes Dan. And 1-1. He's been working real hard over there on the left side. Haven't been watching him much because he's been having trouble. Maybe we'll see him come back this time. Maybe we'll go the whole distance. But of course, he's so close to the start that YardSal could lap him and do the boss again. There's 12 minutes left. It's possible to win in that time at an average pace. Not that ridiculous to get a 12-minute time, I don't think. It wouldn't surprise me if Dan is the only one who's ever going to use Boulder Style on this thing. After demonstrating how little use you get out of 2 HP compared to getting even decent mutations. You know, just removing that choice hurts. I've been talking down the mutations this whole time, but only because you're going to get so many of them. But when you take one of the choices away, you suddenly are going to end up with worse ones no matter what. I feel like the odds of you getting a good build that you almost always get are suddenly a little lower. That hurts. Dan, you're 1 HP, man. Jeez. Taking so many hits. You gotta be more careful. If he had taken his sweet time and been as careful as possible, he probably would have won this. Like, all he had to do on either of these runs was just beat the dang game. Because YardSaleStalker did not pull that off. YardSaleStalker's very aggressive, and it works for most of the game for him, but when he gets to the boss, he's too aggressive there. And it's actually starting to backfire, and he finally dies. If Dan had just played it safe and slow, would have won this thing. Just needed to win. Just needed to beat the game. Hasn't done it in an hour. Guards blazing through. I really do like arm spin a lot. It's what I would recommend. You just get a ton of guns. But people might value regular as well, as regular's not bad. I think you could see a winner with either way. I feel like arm spin is probably faster, but negligible if you're dying, if you're having trouble anywhere. In a perfect world, I think arm spin is faster, but it's not a perfect, it's an RNG game. Dan is dead again, and with 9 minutes left, I probably should call this. If y'all are ready to play right now, I could put you in. Finn? Let me see if Azai wants to join me for commentary here. I was telling Azite that his partner for this tournament is failing, so he's got a default to the next round too, so that whoever is up against him is now known. It's my layout test run. I'll probably make a couple minor changes, but I think I'm going to keep it mostly the way it is. I'm not unsatisfied with this whole thing. Just trying to get this just right. I like white space in my designs when I can use it. In a minimalist game like this, I felt like I could get away with it for once. And I get to show more of the screen than usual. Because what we got here in this game, of course, is a game that is... Ugh, it's nice layout there. We have a game that is for phones also. So it's got a lot of fluff on the sides, you know? It's got a lot of information that you don't really care about beyond your HP and your gems. If you're streaming this, one neat thing you can do is you could pick a background like YardSaleStalker has there, or whatever. You can unlock a bunch of them, but what you can do is you can color key whatever background color you picked and put anything behind it on OBS. You can put a neon shining display or whatever you want. There's a lot of palettes. I think a lot of them are gross. The one he's picked here is really mean because you use red as an indicator of an enemy you can jump off of. And the palettes will change that color. This one is all red, so you can no longer tell just by color what enemy you can't jump off of. You can still identify them by shape. They are the orbs in this case. There's one. But obviously he doesn't look any different than the other enemies, so that's actually a little bit of a handicap. Worse, I can't wait to see the rainbow upgrade. I'm actually a fan of the original palette. A lot of these are pretty nasty. There it is. Pretty nasty palette there. The interesting thing also is that I can do it to his stream. I can do all kinds of things to his stream. On my end. Case in point. I can do that. I could also color correct this piece of shit to be less gross. I can do that. Or I can make it worse. Well, this round is over. YardSaleStalker has won. This has been a test round for me as well to see how this tournament will play out, what kind of commentary I need to prepare, and if my layout needs any adjustments. I'm going to make a couple small changes, but I think it's okay. Overall, I want to recommend that people do use a black background though. It just looks better. I don't care what color you use, but I would prefer that you use one with a black background, personally. Well, that's 2 cats for YardSaleStalker and victory. YardSaleStalker's moving on to round 3, actually, because they got a bye in the first area here. So they're waiting to see if they play Cats vs. Psych or Sumo Bumo. One of those 3 will eventually make it to fight YardSaleStalker. Hopefully at that point we'll be playing with players that can finish. He made it to the boss twice, did not quite get the kill, but came close. A little too aggressive there. Dan didn't make it to the boss, unfortunately. I would like to see some boss kills. I'm sure there are players in this thing that can do it. YardSaleStalker looks like he could. Hey Dan, thanks for the host. Unfortunately, now that the race is over, so is this broadcast. We'll be back in 50 minutes, it looks like, with Mystery Triathlon, because I don't think the other group is going. Actually, is it in an hour? Yeah, it is. It is in less than an hour. I'll be back online with Mystery Tournaments, Mystery Triathlon, so I'll see you then, folks. We got that, and right after that, we'll be jumping directly into Downwell again. Got another match of that scheduled. I'm running 2 tournaments at once for some reason. That's the 2 tournaments, so very busy week ahead here as we get through round 1 in both of those, basically. Got a whole bunch of stuff scheduled. You can check my calendar to see what I'm talking about. But basically, we got 3 games today, 3 games tomorrow, 1 on Thursday, 2 on Friday before AI Arena, 2 on Saturday, 1 on Sunday before Arcade Pit, and then 2 more on Monday. It's a good start. It's a good start. Well, I'll be back. I'll be back later, folks. Thanks for coming. We will definitely be back in 50 minutes with Mystery Triathlon race. Those are one-on-ones at this point. Do our best.